Hello everyone and welcome to This Day. Today is Thursday, December 14th and I'm your host, Bobby Higgins. Well, it is December and it is the holidays, and it just wouldn't be the holidays without a production of the Nutcracker. Sarah Snow joins us today to tell us all about the production at Irvine Barclay Theater running this month. And also on the show today, Dean White will be joining us with Caring Senior Services. If you have a loved one who needs care and you want to find out about the best care possible, then you definitely want to check this out. And now let's take a look at today's Stay Informed. The Department of Maintenance and Construction is looking for volunteers. There are two part-time positions available. One position is to be a liaison between damage restoration and residents. The other position is with Manor Alterations, and they're looking for a volunteer to be the first point of contact for customers at Window 7 and Resident Services. You can find out more information and get an application online at lagunawoodsvillage.com. Click on News and then click on What's Up in the Village. And now let's take a look outside. The fog is burning off, but it was very foggy earlier this morning. Today it's going to be sunny and nice with a high of 72 and a low of 47. Tomorrow on Friday it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 74 and a low of 52. Going into the weekend, Saturday will be mostly sunny and pleasant, but Sunday brings a temperature drop as clouds move in, and we'll have a chance of rain in the evening, and it'll be cloudy with a chance of rain on Monday as well. And now looking at your sunrise and sunset, we have a picture from Ben Givens, some creative artwork in Heisler Park in Laguna Beach. It's always fun to walk around Laguna and see all the different art sculptures there. And there's your sunrise and sunset at 4:44 p.m. tonight. If you'd like to have your photos featured here on This Day, please send them in. We'd love to see them. Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. Up next, we have the Nutcracker at Irvine Barclay Theater. But first, let's take a look at today's meetings. Welcome back to This Day. You know, it wouldn't be the holidays if you didn't see a making of the Nutcracker. So joining me today is Sarah Snow. She is with the Festival Ballet Theater, and they are doing the Nutcracker at Irvine Barclay Theater. So welcome. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
And so I have to ask you, it's on everybody's minds this time of year, are you ready for the holidays?
Oh, no, and I'll spend like 7 hours at the theater tonight for the first dress rehearsal. All the costumes and sets were loaded into the theater a couple days ago, and yesterday, so tonight is the first dress rehearsal. So, you know, the holidays will happen, but the holidays can't happen without the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
So we're happy to be bringing that piece of the holidays to Orange County.
Yeah, and so is it stressful, all the, like, how late will you be there tonight with dress rehearsals and stuff?
So tonight's dress rehearsal will be from about 3 until 9 or so, and then all of the dancers will be excused, and hopefully the directors and the teachers and everyone will leave also, and the crew will leave as well. But these are the long nights. The audition started back in September, rehearsal started in October, so all of these dancers have been rehearsing for probably 15 hours a week. It started on just weekends and then kind of builds up as it gets closer.
Yeah.
And we have dancers as young as 7 years old all the way up through adults, and then we bring in professionals to dance a couple of those key roles. The Sugar Plum Fairy is always a professional who's brought in, and so it's beautiful for these young dancers also to be able to sit on the side of the stage and sit in the wings and watch these professional dancers on the stage doing their craft.
Yeah, they're idols that they're looking up to, and,
Absolutely.
and just the training and the years that they've put into it, and now look at what they're doing and how phenomenal they are. That's so exciting. I know I just had my son's just a choir with high school, the arts program with high school did a presentation the other day, and my husband was there filming behind the scenes for the rehearsals.
Right.
And it was like, oh boy, this was just chaos everywhere. And then I went the first night of seeing everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Phenomenal. Like,
It all comes
I had
together.
no idea. Yeah, all the rehearsals and all the things that go in to make it all come together.
Yes.
So tell me about you guys, so every year do you do the Nutcracker?
This is the 35th year of the Nutcracker with Festival Ballet Theater. And Festival Ballet Theater is the home of Southland Ballet Academy, which is the Vaganova Training Academy of Classical Ballet. These beautiful ballet dancers, both male and female, grow up dancing at the academy, and then they get 2 big or 3 or 4 main performance opportunities every single year, and one of those is the Nutcracker. So this is the 40th year of Southland Ballet Academy and the 35th year of Festival Ballet Theater putting on the Nutcracker. 16th year at the Barclay Theater. So even been at the Barclay for a long, long time.
So this is definitely a Sutherland County tradition.
Yes, it is. And it's a beautiful production. I started out taking my daughters to the Nutcracker when they were little, 3 and 2 and 5 years old, and I would dress them up in the plaid dresses, and we would go and we would watch the Nutcracker and have hot chocolate afterwards and everything. And this is that exact kind of production that you bring your children to, or you bring your grandparents to, you bring the entire family. There's a gorgeous boutique out in the lobby with all sorts of collectibles, nutcrackers, of course, and other things. And it feels like the holidays. It feels festive. It feels like we could be in the snowy Northeast when you walk in the building, even if it might be 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's so incredible. Actually, when I heard you were coming on the show, I immediately called my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, do you want to get some tickets and go check this out? And lo and behold, she's like, my daughters used to go to the Festival Ballet Theater, and they were in the Nutcracker production when they were growing up, and so that was a family tradition for her for many years. And she's like, I miss it so much. Her daughters don't want to go now that they're adults, but she's like, so she was like, yes, get tickets, they're selling out, hurry up.
Oh, good. Well, tell me when you're there. I'll come and welcome you.
Thank you. So have tickets gone on sale yet?
They have. Okay. They have. And in fact, Festival Ballet Theater has done a number of outreach performances already, which is just kind of our way of giving back to the community also and making the arts accessible to everyone. So we did 4 shows at the Huntington Beach Library this past weekend. We're doing a production at the Dawson Cole Art Gallery in Laguna Thursday night, and that benefits the Boys and Girls Club. That one is free, actually, but it's just sort of a gallery. You walk around and you see snippets of it. We'll do school shows on Friday, so we kind of open the run at the Barclay with school shows on Friday, including a sensory-friendly show Friday afternoon that's put on by the Regional Office of Orange County, and that is one where the house lights are up, the music might be a little bit lower, kids can move if they need to move. It's just sort of that sensory-friendly one, again, just trying to make it accessible to everyone. And then we really get into the run. And every weekend now through Christmas Eve with additional productions. There are 2 shows on Saturdays and 2 shows on Sundays. This Sunday there's only 1 show, but after that, 2 shows Saturdays, 2 shows Sundays, and then a couple extra Thursday, Friday shows as we get really close to Christmas. Tickets are on sale through the Irvine Barclay Theater box office. Okay, awesome. And then tell me about your artistic director. I understand you have like some amazing scenery and costumes. It's incredible. So Salwa Rizkala is the artistic director of Festival Ballet Theater. She's also the director of Southland Ballet Academy. She's an incredible woman. She holds a very special place in my heart and in the heart of many, many people in the area who have had children grow through her academy, who are now dancing professionally all over the world. She's just this amazing woman who works very hard with her dancers. But she also has an extremely keen eye to putting on a production. So you'll see it when you sit in the audience. The sets are incredible. The costumes are beautiful. And I, along with a whole crew of women, have been sitting in one of the studios while all the dancers rehearse, working on these costumes, because they get a little, tears here and there through the run of a production, and then they get put back in storage, and then we pull them out and we have to go meticulously through every single costume and mend them, but they look spectacular when they're up on stage. So that is all Ms. Salwa's eye.
Oh wow. What would you say is the best thing about coming to see this show?
Oh, I think it's just that magic of the season, and that you get to walk away feeling truly ready to go into the holiday season and to go into Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you're celebrating, but really just to feel that magic of the holiday season and to sit there with the music, at least half of which is familiar to you, even if you don't realize that it's going to be familiar to you, and then watch these beautiful artists up on stage dancing in such an incredible way. And it feels good, and it helps you feel ready even when you don't at all feel ready for the holidays.
Definitely gets you prepared.
That's right.
Absolutely. And how many cast dancers are in the production?
Oh gosh, that's a very good question, and I wish I could answer it for you, but I will tell you this. They started about 7 years old, and they are our littlest ones, and they're the angels, and then you move your way through all of the roles as you get older and older. So we have dancers from 7 years old up until into their 70s. We have adult dancers as well who are in the production. In fact, there's one woman, her name is Willa. She was one of the first adult students when Ms. Salwa opened Southland Ballet Academy in the 1980s. So 40 years ago, she was an adult student, and she still is involved in the Nutcracker and has been every single year.
Oh, that's so awesome. And then you have, so you also have like your professional dancers from Festival Ballet Theater, and then you mentioned that you also bring in other worldwide dancers. Who are some of the dancers that you'll be having coming in to do roles?
Yes, so you're absolutely right. We have the students of Southland Ballet Academy, and then we have the professionals from Festival Ballet Theater, and then we do bring in just 2 professionals from other places for the roles each weekend. So this weekend, it's 2 soloists from San Francisco Ballet, incredible, beautiful soloists. Next weekend, it's from the Joffrey Ballet in Chicago. And then the following weekend is from New York City Ballet, Tyler Peck, who is from Orange County. She grew up in Anaheim and danced in the area and now dances with New York City Ballet. She's one of the better known names in the world of ballet right now. She is one of our guest artists, along with her pas de deux partner, Roman. So they will be here, not this weekend or the next, but the following weekend they will be here. Okay. So it's really an incredible lineup. And
is that the last weekend right before Christmas?
No, there's one more weekend after that. But even as I'm saying this to you, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, is that right? Are there
trying
that
to
many?
See the calendar?
Oh, look, I could look down at it.
And so another very cool thing that you guys are offering is that attendees can purchase a special add-on and do the Nutcracker tea prior to the performance.
Yes, I'm glad you brought this up. The tea happens right before the performance, and this is really a special way just to add a little pixie dust to the entire experience of being at the Nutcracker. You go in and you're welcomed into this beautiful room where they have champagne for the adults and sparkling cider and juice and everything for the little ones and food, and then the Nutcracker performers come in, they walk through, they talk to them, the little young guests get to take pictures with the Nutcracker performers, with Clara and with the Nutcracker and the Mouse King and all of that. So it's really special. That is a separate ticket, again available through the Barclay Theater. You can get all of your information through them or through our website, festivalballettheater.org.
Okay, what a great idea, and just how fun to make it a whole experience.
Yes.
And so the tea, so is that like an hour, like it's an hour-long experience?
Yes, exactly. Okay. It's about an hour, and you'll walk in through the front doors of the Barclay Theater just as if you're going to the production. You just arrive a little early. You'll know your exact time, and then you spend an hour having brunch or having a late afternoon tea, depending on which performance you are seeing. And you're greeted by all the dancers, and it's special.
Oh, very nice. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for coming on and telling us all about this. Sounds like just an amazing event.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah. So the Festival Ballet Theater's production of the holiday classic, The Nutcracker, is coming to Irvine Barclay Theater, and it'll be running from December 9th through the 24th. Tickets start at $45 for the Nutcracker and $35 for the tea. For tickets to both the Nutcracker and the tea, please visit thebarclay.org or call 949-854-4646. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more of This Day right after this. Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from Caring Senior Services is Dean White. Welcome. It's so nice to meet you.
Thanks, Bobby.
And I can tell you must be a very caring person. I can just feel it coming off of you. Your energy, you just seem like such a great guy.
Oh, thank you so much. I really do love people, and I really love going the extra mile, and so part of the reason I have this business.
Aw, and you were just saying a moment ago that you're the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters. So
Yes.
No wonder you're such a caring person. You had to grow up with all that all those years.
It was great. My mom and my sisters taught me all the things I need to do to make sure that I'm proper around the house.
That's great. That's wonderful.
But the funny thing is, I was born on Christmas Day too.
Your birthday is December 25th.
It is,
Wow.
and I love giving, and it's just part of my nature and what I was born around too.
Wow. So tell me also more about your background.
Sure. Most of my life, I have been in ministry in some sorts. Most recently, I was one of the pastors at Saddleback Church in Lake Forest. And so caring for people has just been a natural part of my life. And I've always dabbled a little bit in business because it's hard to earn a living in Southern California and just on minister's salary. And I was always looking for something that I can pour all my heart into. And that's where this came around.
Wow. And so you 25 years in ministry, that's incredible. And so you must have worked not only on Christmas, but also on your birthday.
Yes, but it's a joyous day. So I love being there. I always feel like if I'm old and alone, there's always going to be a party to go to and a celebration to go to. And so,
well,
yeah.
Obviously you're not somebody that's going to be old and alone. And so tell me about Caring Senior Service. Why this idea, or how did you get involved in this?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to get involved to care for people. I just saw that the baby boomer generation, as we know, has really hit gigantic steps in what their care was at different ages. Now, between 70 and 90, they're going to need more care. And so part of it is that demographic. And then also, I wanted to find something that Caring is a franchise, and we're in 50 different locations, 18 different states, but we didn't have a thumbprint here in Orange County. And so I bought the franchise for Orange County. And so it marries both of the things, what my business passion is and also caring for others' passion into one.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. And so what is most meaningful for you with this job, with this career path?
I feel that there is a lot of elder abuse and a lot of people taking advantage of them financially. And I wanted to get into a business where I knew that I could have a business that was full of integrity. And we charge a flat rate, so there's not all these nickel and diming. And I just wanted to have a business that I knew that elders didn't have to worry that who's going to take care of them, help the family at the same time to give them peace of mind, and also provide somebody really caring, because when my mom was going through the last stages of her life, I wanted only the best to take care of her.
Yeah. Absolutely, and so many of us feel that way too, and you want to know that they're for sure being taken care of in the right way, and so you want to make changes to do better for caring for seniors, and so what areas, you mentioned a little bit, but what areas do you feel seniors have been taken advantage of in this industry?
Gosh, there's so many. One part of it is just having somebody that is there next to them that knows what their condition is and how to care for them. So often somebody is just thrown in to care for somebody else, and they're not given the proper education or even knowledge of what's happening with that person. And so in our business, we do a free assessment. We understand what's going on with the senior. We match it with the right caregiver so that they're cared in their way that they need to be cared for.
Okay. And one of the things you'd mentioned too was communicating with the family. So
Yes.
how did you guys overcome that obstacle?
It's really big to me that I know that I not only can connect to my caregivers all the time, but my clients can connect with me. So we have a policy in our office that if a client or their kids give us a call, we're supposed to respond to that within 5 minutes. And we're strong communicators. We also let the family know exactly what's going on during the day with the caregiver. We take copious notes, and it's all sent to them electronically to let them know what we're doing and how they're being cared for.
I love that idea, and I had come across something very similar early on when my kids were little, you know, on the occasional times that I was working or whatever, and being away for the day, and it's like, well, how do you know when they last slept or when they last ate, or, you know, did they get a rash today or something? You know, I had friends that, you know, fired a nanny or whatever because they're like, oh, my kid had a diaper rash. I'm like, well, but it isn't necessarily due to the nanny not changing their diaper. It could, you know, there's many reasons why they got a diaper rash on that particular day. And if you're not there every single day to know the schedule of what's happening. And so I think that is just such a good idea to know, especially if this caretaker was Monday through Friday, and now this one's different for Saturday, Sunday. It makes it so good to know, hey, this has been their routine during the week, or this was how they were feeling, or...
Yeah, exactly. And something very big for Laguna Woods especially, we always have an introduction for the caregiver. Never will you have a caregiver knock on your door and go, hi, I'm your caregiver for the day. We will always have a staff person saying, you know, to the client, oh, here's your new caregiver. It just reduces anxiety for everyone, as well as provides more safety for the seniors, right?
Well, and it's all about respect too. You know, you wouldn't just walk in and here, I'm changing your clothes today, you know, like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's, I need to know. Just because I'm here being cared for, I still need to know and feel comfortable and safe and know that, you know, this is the proper protocol and what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, very much so. We have some clients that are on controlled medication that we have it locked up. But it's really important that the caregiver gets there on time to give them their medication in the morning and then lock that medication back up again. And so there's little details like that that are just imperative. And it's important in this business to go the extra mile.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And how about, you mentioned flexibility? That is something that you guys wanted to be able to offer. Yeah,
I feel like, you know, life changes so quickly for all of us today. And so our contract or our agreement is flexible. As long as we know 24 hours ahead of time, we can always change the schedule. And so you're not locked into a set amount of hours. You're not locked into a set amount of, you know, days. We will remain flexible with you. Now, of course, more notice is best, but we want to move where the family or what's happening in that person's life.
And so what might be examples of where flexibility comes into play?
Yeah, great example. One would be somebody that's coming out of the hospital and that they need 24-hour 7 service. But then in 2 to 3 days, they realize, you know what, we've been able to organize things. Would you remain flexible, and can we go down to 6 hours a day? Or can we go every other day? We're totally flexible. We're not going to keep you contracted. No, you're scheduled for 24/7 for 2 weeks. You know, we believe that we should be flexible in this time.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, definitely. All that consideration for everything that changes may happen, you know, at the spur of the moment. You don't necessarily know what the next day is going to hold or whatever. So
exactly. Somebody might have a doctor's appointment that gets canceled or starts up. You know, that they need to see somebody, and our caregiver can drive them to their doctor, take notes for the family, and then come back.
Oh, so I didn't know that caregiving also could include driving to a doctor's appointment.
Oh, 100%. And so doctor's appointments, or even to the park, we have one client, he just likes to go on drives. And so a lot of times there's something that needs to be picked up from the store or from the pharmacy. I don't charge the client for mileage. I do pay my caregiver for their mileage. But it's one of those things that I feel like just the flat rate covers it all.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then you said you also offer free consultation and a home assessment. What happens like in a home assessment?
Yeah, a lot of times people just don't know what could be dangerous. And so we walk around the house, we're looking for anything from sharp corners to loose rugs to medication or cleaning supplies that might be out and about. And so it's important for us to do an assessment of the home, and there might be a need of a guardrail or a certain type of other tool to be able to get up and get down. So there's all these different things. We want to just take a quick look at the house, and that will enable the caregiver as well as the client to be safe.
Wonderful. Great. Any last things you wanted to talk about that maybe we didn't touch upon?
I think that our phone number, it's supposed to be super simple because it's part of your area code. So it's 833-926-3700. And Karen, we want everybody to be happy, healthy, and at home. And we would love to talk with you. Of course, consultation is always free.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here and sharing your passion.
Thanks,
and
Bobby.
I love these changes that you're implementing and just to make it better.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you would like to find out more about Caring Senior Services, go to caringseniorservicelw.com or give them a call at 833-926-3700. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more of This Day right after this. Welcome back to This Day. Let's take a look at some announcements happening here in the village. You don't want to miss this delightful village holiday event. It's Santa Paws at the Equestrian Center. That's coming up this Saturday, December 16th from 1 to 3 p.m. You can bring your pets in for a fun photo opportunity with Santa being played by Third Mutual's first Vice President, Jim Cook. Make sure you bring your smartphone and then the staff there will take a photo of your pets with Santa. And now let's take a look outside at the weather. It was really foggy this morning, but it is burned off and now it is just sunny and beautiful out there. We'll have a high of 72 today, a low of 47 tomorrow on Friday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 74 and a low of 52. And going into the weekend, Saturday will be mostly sunny and pleasant, but Sunday will bring a temperature drop as the clouds move in and we'll have a chance of rain in the evening, and it'll be cloudy with a chance of rain on Monday as well. Taking a look ahead tomorrow on This Day, Old Pros will be here, and also it's Sports Corner with Cole Young. That's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed the show. For This Day, I'm Bobby Higgins. Have a great day, everyone.
Do you have cavities, broken or missing teeth, tooth pain, or other dental problems? These issues can create more problems than you think, including affecting your overall health. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Loberg Dental today and your first exam and set of x-rays is free without insurance. It's a great way for you to experience our high-quality level of patient care while saving money too. Visit drloberg.com to schedule your free exam and x-rays today.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.